Hello, how's it going? I hope you're having an amazing day and welcome back to the channel. Choosing the right gimbal for your smartphone is not so easy nowadays, and one question that I get very often is which one is the best? So in this video, I want to compare these three gimbals: the Hohem iSteady V3, the DJI Osmo Mobile 6, and the Insta360 Flow Pro. All of these have great features that can be helpful for solo content creators, for vlogging, and for everyday videos. And of course, they are very good at tracking people, which I know is important for many users. All of these gimbals have a few things in common. They are compact, they can be folded down to make it easy to carry around, and they also have a very low weight ranging from 400 to 415 grams, and the maximum payload is also very similar. You will find the highest battery life on the V3, which will last for about 11 hours, followed by the Flow Pro, which will last for 10 hours, and the OM6 has the lowest battery life at 6.5 hours. But there is something else. The Flow Pro can also be used to charge your smartphone just like a power bank, which is useful if you're someone who spends a lot of time making videos during the day. All of these gimbals have a built-in extension rod which can be extended up to 21 centimeters, which is always good to have for vlogging videos, group shots, or when you want to show more background when you frame yourself for a picture or a video. But it is also very useful for low-angle shots, so you don't have to break your back trying to do them. The V3 and the Flow Pro have a built-in tripod which makes them very convenient, but I like the one on the V3 more because it's made of metal instead of plastic. It's less fragile and it's way more stable than the one on the Flow Pro. Having some sort of remote control is a great tool for solo content creators. The OM6 can be controlled with the Apple Watch, but it's hard to beat the remote that comes with the V3. You won't be able to see a live preview, but it has more range and all the functions are going to be at your fingertips. Just imagine being able to start or stop recording, reframe the camera, or zoom in and out without having to get closer to the gimbal. The maximum range is about 14 to 18 meters, and the remote will work directly with the gimbal regardless if you're using an iPhone or an Android device. For those who want or need a fill light, the V3 is the only one that comes with one inside the box. That means that if you want to get one for the OM6 or the Flow Pro, you'll need to buy it, and they're not so inexpensive. The light on the V3 is dimmable and it is bright enough for situations where you might need some extra light. Just keep in mind that using it is going to decrease the battery life. Another feature that has become very important for many users is the tracking. You can use it on other people or to track yourself, not only for regular videos, but also for vlogging style videos. And here is where you're going to find the biggest difference between these three gimbals. The tracking on the OM6 has been improved and it is now super sticky. The movements are smooth and slow, and it will keep tracking you even if you turn your back or face around. It does a good job if there are other people around, but the drawback is that the tracking only works when you use the DJI Mimo app. So if you want to use, let's say, the native camera app, the tracking is just not going to work. If you have an iPhone, you can pair it with the Flow Pro directly in a few seconds without having to open the Insta360 app. Once you do that, you can use the tracking with any app that is using the front or the back camera by just pulling the trigger. The tracking does a very good job keeping the subject in the frame even if there are other people moving around or if you turn your back against the camera. But the tracking has a delay on the movement that I don't like because it tries to compensate with a quick movement that doesn't look fluid or smooth. And the other big problem with this is that it is only compatible with iPhones. So Android devices can only use the normal tracking mode inside the Insta360 app, which is good, but you won't be able to use it with other apps. The iSteady V3 uses an AI tracking sensor, and the best part about it is that it doesn't care about the brand or type of phone that you have. So iPhones and Androids are more than welcome to take advantage of this, And besides that, you can use any app that you want inside your smartphone. The tracking is just going to work regardless. And just so you have a better idea, I have been able to use the DJI Action 4 and use the tracking because there is no need to connect the gimbal with the device that you want to use, and you don't even need to use the Hohem app. The AI sensor supports gesture controls to activate the tracking, to reframe the composition, or to start or stop recording. And I feel that it does a very good job combined with the remote control that the V3 already has. The tracking itself is also very sticky, and it can be used to track someone who is not using the gimbal as long as that person does the gesture in front of the sensor. This might be the downside of the V3. Now you have to ask someone to make the sign, but even with that in mind, I feel that the tracking sensor is the most versatile option between these three gimbals. In terms of stabilization, I feel that they are very similar, and any of these gimbals are going to make your videos more stable while keeping the horizon straight, and at the same time, it will let you achieve smoother movements. Keep in mind that the tilt axes do have a limited range of motion, but this is common with compact gimbals like this. To change the gimbal modes, the OM6 and the iSteady V3 do have a dedicated mode button and a small display that indicates which mode is active. The Flow Pro doesn't have a mode button, and to change them, you need to tap on the right or left side of the panel, or you can make a semicircle movement. But after using this for a while, I can tell you that this can get quite annoying. That's just my opinion. You can get used to it, but still annoying. All of these gimbals can zoom in or out, or you can activate manual focus if that's something that you want to use. You can also use Inception mode to make the camera spin clockwise or counterclockwise, but because of the design, they will have a limited rotation, so don't expect to have 360 degrees movements. And now that I mentioned that, the Insta360 Flow Pro is the only gimbal that can pan over 360 degrees without limitations. The iSteady V3 gets a second place with a range of around 300 degrees, and the OM6 can only pan around 180 degrees. If you want my honest opinion, I do think that each of these gimbals are a solid choice. There's no doubt about it, and I believe that it comes down to the small details that each of them has to offer. And of course, the price can be an important factor. The Hohem iSteady V3 at $129 has the lowest price but has the most accessories. The detachable remote control, the built-in tripod, a fill light, and the AI tracking sensor that works with iPhones or Android devices. The DJI OM6 has a new lower price of $139, a very solid choice with new improved tracking and now compatible with the Apple Watch. And then the Insta360 Flow Pro, the most expensive one at $149, also a good choice, especially for iPhone users. It has a very unique design, which I like, but the ergonomics on the handle is not quite the best and it should be improved in the next generation. But let me know which one has the features that you like the most. If you want to buy one of them, the link is going to be down below, and using them actually supports this channel. Please consider giving this video a like. I hope you're having an amazing day, and I hope to see you again in the next video. Bye.